Okay, so today we will learn the chapter 10, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is energy from sunlight. Chapter 10 is composed of the 5 subjects, so we will cover all of them. Okay, so in this slide we will cover the first subject. Photosynthesis uses light to make carbohydrate. So what is photosynthesis? So energy from sunlight is captured and used to convert CO2 to carbohydrate. Okay, once again, energy from sunlight is captured and used to convert CO2 to carbohydrate. Okay, so if you see the details information, uses sunlight to convert CO2 to carbohydrate. So previously we learned a carbohydrate structure. So they have the 1C, H2, and O, and N. So in the case of the 6 carbon, C6, H12, and O6. Okay, so this is the photosynthesis. Okay, so in this slide, we will learn to find the source of the oxygen during photosynthesis. So previously we learned that CO2 and H2O, they will make the carbohydrate and the oxygen. So what is the source of the oxygen during photosynthesis? CO2 has the oxygen and also H2O also provide oxygen. Okay, so in experiment 1, give plant isotope labeled water and unlabeled CO2. Okay, in this case, we found that oxygen is labeled, oxygen released is isotope labeled. How about the second case? So give plant isotope labeled CO2 and unlabeled water. So in this case, the oxygen released is unlabeled. Okay, so based on this experiment, we found that H2O is the source of the oxygen released during photosynthesis. Here, the H2O is the source of the oxygen released during photosynthesis. Okay? Okay, so in this slide, we will learn the details information of photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis consists of 2 pathways. Okay, so photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplast, and also it is the consist of the light reaction. In Korean, we call it as 명반응, and also carbon fixation reaction. In Korean, we call it as 안반응. So we will see details information in the later. Okay, so light reactions in Korean, 명반응 is convert light energy to chemical energy such as ATP and NADPH. Okay, once again, convert light energy to chemical energy such as the ATP and also NADP plus can be changed to NADPH. Okay, how about carbon fixation reaction? In Korean, we call it as 안반응. So carbon fixation reactions uses ATP and also they uses NADPH plus they uses CO2. okay, uses ATP and NADPH plus CO2 to produce the carbohydrate. So this one is recorded as carbon fixation reactions. So we will see details information later. Okay, now we can go to the second subject. Photosynthesis convert light energy into chemical energies. So once again, the light is a form of energy. So it's an electromagnetic radiation. So previous we learned that light energy is potential energy. So light energy stored as photon. Okay, they have the electromagnetic waves. Okay, so light is the electromagnetic radiation stored as photon. Okay, so light is a form of energy. So is an electromagnetic wave. And also the amount of energy is inversely proportional to its wavelengths. For example, this is the visible light, which is composed of violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. And this is the energy. The amount of energy is inversely proportional. So this is initially this is V is the frequency of radiation, and V can be changed to C divided by lambda. So lambda is wavelength of light. So it means that amount of energy is inversely proportional to its wavelength. Okay, so light also behaves as particle called photon. Light also behaves a particle called photon. Okay, so when a molecule in a ground state, so when a molecule in the ground state absorbs a photon, light energy, so the molecule is raised to an excited state. Molecule is raised to an excited state. Okay, so if we see the details information, so this is photon, this is ground state, and become the excited state. Okay, absorption of a photon. Okay, if you see details information here, now in the ground state, electron, they are in the lower energy orbital. However, absorption of the photon bump an electron to higher energy orbital. So they go to the higher energy orbital. Okay, so once again, light behaves as particle called photon. Okay, so now we also have to know some terminology. Pigment. So pigment in Korean we call it as 색소. Pigment is molecules that absorb specific wavelengths in the visible range. Okay, so there are several kinds of pigment, xanthophyll and carotenoid and chlorophyll B and chlorophyll A. So each molecule absorbs specific wavelengths. So we will see details information later. Okay, so there is the absorption spectrum. So absorption spectrum is plot of wavelengths absorbed by a pigment. Okay, so this is the x-axis is wavelengths starting from the 350, and there is a 750. Okay, so each pigment, okay, they have a y-axis is relative absorption of the light. Okay, for example, here chlorophyll A, they are green. So, for example, chlorophyll A, they absorbed around 425 higher, and also they absorbed around 675. How about here? This is chlorophyll B. They absorbed the wavelengths around 450 and also wavelengths 650. How about carotenoid? So this is beta-carotenoid, beta-carotenes. So they absorbed around 450 and also 475. Okay, so this one we call it as absorption spectrum, plot of wavelengths absorbed by pigment. Okay, so in this slide we will learn the action spectrum. So what is action spectrum? So action spectrum is plot of photosynthetic rate against wavelengths of the light. Okay, so x-axis is wavelengths. Okay, so y-axis is relative rate of photosynthesis. Okay, so around 425, the rate of photosynthesis is higher, and also around 675, the rate of photosynthesis is higher. So they have two peaks. It's like this. Okay, once again, here absorption rate. So we will see that. So in summary, they have a peak around here, and also they have a peak around here. So if you see the action spectrum, so you also can see the peak, one peak around 425 and also 775. Okay. And now we also have another terminology, chlorophyll A. Okay, chlorophyll A is the major pigment in the photosynthesis. Okay, so this is the thylakoid. So in the thylakoid membrane, so we have the chlorophyll A. There are several chlorophyll molecules here. So this is chlorophyll A. So their structure looks like this. At the center, we have the magnesium. Okay, and the light is absorbed in the central ring, in this ring. Okay, so this is the chlorophyll A, is major pigment. So this is their structure. How about chlorophyll B? So instead of the methyl CH3, everything is the same except for this one. Okay, they have carbon and CHO. So instead of the CH3, they have CHO. So this is the chlorophyll B. Okay, so chlorophyll A is major pigment, and chlorophyll B is the other pigment, chlorophyll B, and also they have carotenoids. So in the carrot, we have lots of the carotenoid. Okay, in the carrot, we have lots of carotenoid. Okay, and also there is another pigment, phycobilin. Phycobilin is found in the red algae, and also their max absorption occurs around 550 nanometer. Okay, and also in this slide we will learn light harvesting complex. Okay, so light energy is absorbed by pigment and chlorophylls and other pigments, and they are passed to chlorophyll A, CHLA in the reaction center. Okay, so this is the pigment, xanthophyll and carotenoid and chlorophyll B. Finally, light energy is passed to chlorophyll A. So chlorophyll A, we call it as the reaction center. Okay, so light harvesting complex is composed of the antenna pigment, and also they have composed of a reaction center. So in the reaction center, there is a chlorophyll A. Okay, so in the light harvesting complex, the center, reaction center, they have a chlorophyll A. So chlorophyll A, so when the light energy is absorbed by the pigment in the light harvesting complex, okay, they pass to the reaction center, and also they become excited. They become excited. Chlorophyll star. They become excited. Okay. After that, so excited chlorophyll A's gives electron to an acceptor. They give electron to an electron acceptor. So at that time, acceptor molecule is reduced. So chlorophyll A, so light absorption can be happens. After that, chlorophyll A is excited. So they will become chlorophyll star. So chlorophyll star gives electron to acceptor. So the acceptor molecule is reduced. Okay, so now we will cover non-cyclic electron transport. So we will cover acceptor molecules. Okay. So first of all, there is the non-cyclic electron transport, and also they have the cyclic electron transport. So we will cover all of them. First of all, we will cover non-cyclic electron transport. So this is non-cyclic electron transport. Okay, so they are composed of photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. Let me start from the photosystem 2. Photosystem 2, they have chlorophyll A in the reaction center. Especially photosystem 2 observed light, the wavelength is around 680. After that, they become activated chlorophyll star. Okay. After that, and also at the same time, photosystem 2 split H2O, so H2O into 2H plus and also O2 and also 2 electron. Okay, photosystem 2 at the same time, photosystem 2 split H2O. So at the same time, so H2O at the same time, 2 electrons can be splitted. After that, so activated chlorophyll, so you see chlorophyll star gives electron to acceptor. So what the first acceptor is the plastoquinone, primary electron acceptor. So this is electron transport system starting from plastoquinone, PQ. Here, The first electron acceptor is plastoquinone. And second one is cytochrome B6F complex. After that, the third electron acceptor is plastocyanine. PQ and also B6 cytochrome B6F complex. After that, electron transported to plastocyanine. After that, this PC transport electron to photosystem 1. Okay, so during the electron transport, so at the same time, the outside they have H+, the proton can be transported in the thylakoid lumen. Okay, so, and also H2O can be split to O2 and protons. So electron transport provides energy for chemiosmotic synthesis of ATP. Okay, so this H+ proton can be used to synthesize the ATP. Okay, ATP. Okay, so now electron is go to the photosystem 1. Okay, now we will cover photosystem 1. So photosystem 1 also has the chlorophyll A in the reaction center. So chlorophyll A in the reaction center absorbs light at 700 nanometer, and also becoming activated chlorophyll star, chlorophyll A, activated chlorophyll A. After that, activated chlorophyll A gives electron to acceptor. The first one is the ferredoxin. So which ferredoxin in turn reduces NADP plus to NADPH. So FT transport electron to NADP reductase. Okay, so it reduces NADP plus to NADPH. Okay, so this is the non-cyclic electron transport. Okay, so from this slide we will learn the cyclic electron transport. Okay, cyclic electron transport. Okay, cyclic electron transport only composed of the photosystem 1. So for example, chlorophyll A in the reaction center absorbed light at 700 nanometer and becoming chlorophyll star, activated chlorophyll A. Okay, so that activated chlorophyll A gives electron to ferredoxin, FD, and also reduced FD gives an electron to plastoquinone. Okay, next, plastoquinone transport electron to cytochrome B6F complex. So finally, it transports electron to plastocyanine. Okay, so finally, the last reduced plastocyanine passes electron to electron deficient chlorophyll A, allowing the reaction to start again. So again, this is recorded as cyclic electron transport. So once again, they are only composed of photosystem 1. Okay, activate the chlorophyll A, transport electron to ferredoxin, PQ, cytochrome BF, B6F complex, finally plastocyanin. And plastocyanin passes electron to the electron deficient chlorophyll A. And also during the electron transport system, for example, so proton in the outside can be transported to inside. So this proton provides energy for chemiosmotic synthesis of ATP. So this proton can be used for make the ADP to ATP, synthesis of ATP. Okay, so in this slide we will learn the details information of protophosphorylation. Okay, so protons are actively transported into thylakoid lumen. Okay, so during the non-cyclic electron transport, so protons are actively transported into the thylakoid lumen. And also previously we learned that during cyclic electron transport and also proton can be transported into thylakoid lumen. So it provides for chemiosmotic synthesis of ATP. Protons are actively transported into thylakoid lumen. For example, so this is the stroma and thylakoid lumen. The outside is the stroma. So chloroplast. So within the chloroplast, we call it as a stroma. And also inside the thylakoid membrane, inside we call it as thylakoid lumen, thylakoid lumen, thylakoid lumen, thylakoid lumen. Protons are actively transported into thylakoid lumen. After that, so this creates a concentration gradient, and also this creates charge difference. So it will make the proton motive force. So finally, it will make the ATP. So in this process, we call it as protophosphorylation. So ATP can be synthesized. So diffusion of protons back across the membrane is coupled to ATP synthesis. So proton, they make the gradient, and protons diffuse to the membrane, so diffuse to stroma. It is coupled to ATP synthesis. So this process, we call it as protophosphorylation. So from this slide, we will learn the third subject, chemical energy trapped in photosynthesis is used to synthesize carbohydrate. So this reaction, we call it as carbon fixation reaction. In Korean, we call it as 안반응. So what is carbon fixation reaction? The CO2 fixation happens. So CO2 is reduced to carbohydrate. So carbon fixation reaction occurs within the stroma. And also they use is ATP and NADPH. After that, this is Calvin cycle, carbon fixation reaction. This is the occurs through Calvin cycle. Okay, so now we will learn what is Calvin cycle. So this is the Calvin cycle. So Calvin cycle is composed of the 3 stages: carbon fixation, and also reduction and sugar production, and also regeneration of RUBP. So we will see detailed information. So the first stage is the carbon fixation. Okay, so CO2 is added to 5 carbon compound: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. 1,5-biphosphate revolutes 1,5-biphosphate RUBP. So CO2 is added to the 5 carbon compound RUBP. At that time, Rubisco. So Rubisco catalyzed the reaction of CO2 with RUBP. So once again here, so this is the RUBP. They have a first, second, third, fourth, fifth carbon, and CO2 is added. So at that time, Rubisco enzyme catalyzed this reaction. Okay, after that, so it will make the 6 carbon intermediate. Okay, the reaction they make a 6 carbon reaction intermediate. So this reaction intermediate immediately break down into 2 molecules of 3-PG. The full name of 3-PG is 3 first, second, third carbon, first, second, third carbon, 3-phosphoglycerate, 3-phosphoglycerate. We call it as 3-PG. So these 6 carbon reaction intermediates are break down into 2 molecules of 3-PG. Okay, after that, so 3-PG, so reduction of 3-PG to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. For example, 3-PG have a carboxyl group. They have carboxyl group, so their status most oxidized. Now 3-PG can be reduced. Okay, for example, this one is the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So they will become aldehyde from aldehyde. So 3-PG can be reduced to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, G3P. So at that time, we used ATP and also we used NADPH. So this cycle, we call it as a reduction. So once again, 3-PG can be converted to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So they used the ATP and also they used NADPH. So this reaction, we call it as a stage 2 reduction. Okay, now we can go to the stage 3, regeneration of RUBP. So this is the stage 3, regeneration of the RUBP. Okay, so during this reaction, 12 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is synthesized. Among 12, 2, okay, 1/6 of 2 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate are used to make glucose. So 1/6 of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate are used to make glucose. How about the other 10? The other 10, 5/6 of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate are processed in a series of reactions, so that produced RUMP. So glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, okay, can be processed in a series of reactions that produced RUMP. Okay, so 10 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, they have 3 carbon, 10 molecules. It means a total 30 carbon. How about RUMP? RUMP has the 5 carbon, so 5 and 6 molecule, 30 carbon. Okay, 5/6 of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate are processed in a series of reactions that produced RUMP. Here, so this is RUMP. So RUMP has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th carbon is phosphated. So at that time, they used the ATP. So RUMP becomes ribulose 1,5-biphosphate. We call it as RUBP. So during the stage 3, RUMP is converted to RUBP in a reaction requiring ATP. So once again, RUMP needs the ATP. So finally, it will become RUBP. So once again, RUBP is bind to CO2. So they will make 6 carbon intermediate. 6 carbon intermediate breakdowns 3PG, 2 molecule of 3PG. So carbon fixation, reduction, and sugar production again. After that, regeneration of RUBP, the carbon fixation. This is the cycle. Okay, so this is, we call it as a Calvin cycle. Okay, so in this slide, we will learn the 4th subject. Plants have adapted photosynthesis to environmental condition. So the first process is photorespiration. So photorespiration occurs in chloroplast and peroxisome and mitochondria. What is photorespiration? So when the temperature is high and the CO2 to oxygen ratio is low, so there is not enough CO2. So at that time, Rubisco. Okay, so previously the Rubisco act as the carbon fixation. So RUBP and the CO2 carbon fixation happens. So they enter the Calvin cycle. However, when temperature is high and also this ratio, they don't have enough CO2, at that time Rubisco. So Rubisco act as the oxygenars. Okay, so once again, when temperature is high and CO2, there is not enough CO2, Rubisco act as oxygenars. Okay, so photorespiration is occurs. So this is photorespiration. So when temperature is high and there is not enough CO2, so this is RUBP, and Rubisco function as the oxygenars. Okay, so this is the RUBP has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon, except that this 5 carbon split it to 3 PG, 1, 2, 3 carbon, and 2 phosphoglycerate, 1, 2 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, total 5 carbon. So once again, when temperature is high and there is not enough CO2, Rubisco act as oxygenars. Okay, so RUBP and oxygen, they will make the 3PG and 2-phosphoglycerate. Okay, after that, 2-phosphoglycerate, so this 2-phosphoglycerate is transported to peroxisome and the mitochondria. Okay, within the mitochondria, they lost CO2. And 2-phosphoglycerate. Now it can be changed to 3-phosphoglycerate. Okay, so 2-phosphoglycerate is converted to 3PG. Okay, so but there is a loss of CO2. So 2 carbon. Okay, they lost the 1 carbon. So it means that 3 molecules of the 2-phosphoglycerate enter the peroxisome and the mitochondria. After 3 molecules of 2-phosphoglycerate lost 3 molecules of CO2, so finally they will become the 3PG. So there is the loss of CO2. Okay, so once again, 2-phosphoglycerate is converted to 3PG, and this 3PG enters Calvin cycle, but there is the loss of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is the photorespiration. Okay, so we can compare photosynthesis and photorespiration. The place of occurrence, photosynthesis happens in the chloroplast. However, photorespiration occurs in chloroplast, peroxisome, and mitochondria. And also, during photosynthesis, release of carbon dioxide does not happen. Instead, carbon dioxide fixation is happen. However, photorespiration, they released carbon dioxide. And also, photosynthesis is a very important process. However, photorespiration is a wasteful wasteful process. Okay, so for example, during the photosynthesis, they produced higher number of sugar molecules. However, during photorespiration, they waste some of the sugar molecules. Okay, because here, so for example, so RUBP, so carbon fixation happens, so they will make the Calvin, this is Calvin cycle. However, when temperature is high and also there is not enough CO2, at that time photorespiration happens. Okay, so RUBP is changed to 3PG, and during that time CO2, carbon dioxide is lost. So initially RUBP usually used to make the sugar. However, during the photorespiration, RUBP is waste. Okay, so RUBP is changed to only one molecule of 3PG, and also they become the 2-phosphoglycerate. Okay, and also 2-phosphoglycerate, okay, is converted to 3PG. However, they lost CO2. Okay, so 2-phosphoglycerate is converted to 3PG. However, there is a loss of CO2. Okay, so it means that RUBP, they lost the CO2. So it means that this is the waste some of the sugar molecules. Okay, they waste some of sugar molecules. So this one we call it as a photorespiration. Okay, so in this slide we will learn the C3 plant. So what is C3 plant? So the first product of CO2 fixation is 3PG. So 3PG is the 3 carbon. They are composed of 3 carbon. Okay, so what is the C3 plant? So on hot days, photorespiration occurs. Okay, wheat and potato and rice, so they are C3 plant. The first product of CO2 fixation is the 3PG, 3 carbon. However, on hot days, very hot days, photorespiration occurs. So previously we learned that when temperature is high and also there is not enough CO2, Lubisco acts as oxygenase and photorespiration occurs. Okay, so this one we call it as the C3 plant. Okay, so also a best majority of plants are C3 plant. Okay, so C3 plant thrives in moderate temperature. How about the C4 plant? So corn and sugar cane is C4 plant. Okay, the first product of carbon dioxide fixation is oxaloacetate. The oxaloacetate, they are composed of 4 carbon. The most important thing in C4 plant, on hot day, when temperature is very high, there is no photorespiration. Only 3% of species are C4 plant. So on hot days, there is no photorespiration. So they thrive in high temperature. Okay, so in this slide, we will learn the CO2 fixation mechanism in C3 plant. So this is the arrangement of cells in C3 width. So they are composed of the upper epidermis, and also they have the mesophyll cells, and in the bottom they have the bundle cyst cell, and also they have sponge mesophyll cell. Finally, they have lower epidermis. For example, mesophyll cells have a Lubisco and fix CO2, so carbon fixation happens to form 3Pg. 3Pg, the carbon is fixed and they will make the 3Pg. Okay, so usually in C3 plant, the mesophyll cells have a Lubisco and fixed CO2, and the first molecule is 3Pg. However, in C4 plant, okay, so this is the arrangement of cells in C4 cells. Okay, so most of them, they have mesophyll cells, and also they have bundle cyst cells. For example, mesophyll cells have enzymes PP carboxylase. So what is PP carboxylase? So this is mesophyll cell, and also this cell is bundle cyst cell. So mesophyll has PP carboxylase, which catalyzed the reaction of CO2 and PP to form oxaloacetate, 4-carbon. So once again here, so mesophyll cell have PEP, phosphoroenol pyruvate, PEP carboxylase. Okay, to catalyze the reaction of the PP, so this is PEP and the CO2, so they will make the oxaloacetate. They have a 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. Okay, so first molecule, they have a first, second, third, fourth carbon. The first molecule after carbon CO2 fixation is they have a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why we call it as a C4 plant. So mesophyll cells have a PP carboxylase and catalyze this reaction. So they will make 4 carbon. So oxaloacetate is converted to malate. Malate is also 4 carbons within the mesophyll cells. You don't have to memorize the detailed structure. The 4 carbon is converted to malate 4 carbon. Okay, after that, malate, 4th carbon, they have a 4 carbon, so they diffuse to bundle cyst cell. They diffuse to bundle cyst cell. Okay, so after that, malate, decarboxylate. So decarboxylation happens. So they will make the 3-carbon pyruvate, and also they will make a CO2. So finally CO2 enters Calvin cycle. Okay, so and this pyruvate is also transported to mesophyll cell, and also they will make the PP. So this is the CO2 fixation in C4 plant. Okay, so table 10.1 to compare photosynthesis in C3 and C4 plants. For example, in C3 plant, primary CO2 acceptor is the RUBP. However, C4, the primary CO2 acceptor is PP. And also, primary CO2 fixing enzyme is Rubisco. However, in C4, PP carboxylase. And also, the first product of CO2 fixation is 3PG, 3 carbon. They are composed of 3 carbon. However, C4 plant, the first product of CO2 fixation is oxaloacetate. Okay, and also the photosynthetic cells of the leaf. C3 is mesophyll cell. However, C4 is mesophyll and bundle sheath cell. Okay, and also in C3 plant, photorespiration is extensive. However, in C4, they are very minimal. Okay, so we finish chapter 10. Okay, bye.